like this camera is off, but whatever. We ain't gonna fuss with it. Mm, I know. It's bothering us. What up, Wheatfield? We have a video going up in just a few minutes. I think it's still processing. It's like processing up to 5K or 4K or whatever shit like that. Yeah, it's almost good. But the video was we thought it was gonna be up sooner. So that you guys can have like a sneak preview or inside backstage look of how we be getting ready to bring the message, getting the spirit bringing things out to say. I don't know why we having such a hard time, and I almost feel like our brain is froze or some shit. What up, Wheatfield? What it do? Let's bring some energy into this. What up, Wheat? What it do? Welcome back to the Wheatfield. Welcome to you. Alpha and Omega, Alpha and Omega, Alpha and Omega, Alpha and Omega. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Oh, it's an ending. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Hey, the beginning is like right here. Alpha. Comfort. Whoo. Somebody going through it. We did pick up like Dark Night of the Soul type of energy, so thank you to Alpha and Omega for using me, a surrendered willing vessel, to bring this message through. What? So grateful to be used. Interesting. And even for itself, like right now, we don't even see that we're alive. So hopefully people are getting the there it goes. Hopefully people are getting the notification. Are people getting the notification? We don't know. But this is a general collective reading. With your girl La T here at Tears We Throw Show. You sure enough never know what you're gonna get. We gonna still bring the message. You know what I'm saying? It does not even matter. Spirit was taking us through a series of things on this rising in order to get us ready for the reading. And we kind of put all of that in a sneak preview, the backstage view. So if y'all want to check that out and how we got to this, please do check it out. I mean, we be doing videos or pre-recorded because not everybody like the live type of forum because it's like we engage with people coming into the room and then it's a little bit more conversational. But the uploaded videos are a little bit more straight to the point in terms of the reading. But Spirit gave us the cup today. It is all kinds of coffees. And we were getting like a mix. It's giving complimentary ish gifts, complimentary gifts and complimentary relationships. And we was over there checking out the homie It's Time to Roll, and she mentioned something about, gifts, complimentary. And I was like, we just picked up that in our pre-shuffle. So that's the energy. We picked up a seer and an oracle. A seer and an oracle. Are they different? I don't know. But we were getting two complementary talents. And when I say y'all, when y'all watch that pre-upload, the King of Cups came out so many times. Take care of yourself is here and an elder will teach you. So if you do have some gifts and they are awakening, take care of yourself right now. And I'm getting an elder spirit will be there to help mentor you. This elder spirit could be passed over, they could be transitioned, or it could be somebody that's, more skilled in the gifts and the mystic arts or something like that, or whatever it is that you're doing. Take it with how it resonates for you. And you will have somebody to help and mentor you. This is the pad that Spirit gave us. Thank y'all so much for being here. I feel like we got the audience. Unique Healer, thank you so much for tapping in, sis. I appreciate you. Spirit said for somebody, your gifts could make you a target of something. And you may feel unprotected as a seer, like see beyond the current situation. It says you need to proclaim that you are secure. Proclaim security, safety, and support. And to always state that you are protected. Because even if you don't have like a physical person, your spirit team is always with you, protecting you. And they will give you intuitive information. You may see something, they will bring you information in some sort of way, like as an oracle or as a seer itself. So somebody could be highly clairvoyant. You can get visions, or you could just be very sensitive, and all of your other senses, like, your sixth sense is working, and you can pick up on the subtleties that other people can't get. You can even have your ear to the spiritual ground, beloved. So somebody could be clairaudient. I'm seeing claircognizant, like your gut, your first mind is really, really working and giving you that energy. But it's like, even it's something with heart. Like, you may even get nervous or feel like some emotional disturbance around certain people. All of these are clues and cues to keep you safe. Hey, Mark. Thank you so much for your input. We don't necessarily use the name Jesus Christ because that wasn't his name, right? You know what I'm saying? But we do appreciate the word. You talking about the intelligence of the Most High God? Oh yeah, we got like I don't know how many Bibles. This is one, right? Here's another one, right here. Oh, look at that. There's another one. So, it's that thing. So thank you so much, Mark. We appreciate you for giving us the reminder that the infinite intelligence, the word, is always living, is moving, right? It's still doing its thing. It is not dead. No, we don't believe that. So, take it how you get it. Anywho, stay balanced, right, at this time, and stand your ground. Kind of like, whatever it is you believe and you stand on it. So, do you know what God thinks of divination? I think the Most High God, the Alpha and Omega, loves divination because everything that it made was made by the divine. So, therefore, it is all made in divination. I think when you speak and they say that life and death is out of the tongue, that is you exercising your divine power within. And a lot of your theologies teach you that, well, that one specifically tells you that there's a difference in you operating on your spiritual gifts and divination. They are the same thing. So, like right now, Mark, you are engaging in spell work. Did you know that? Because every word that you speak is a spell. And whatever you say out lands in your own lot. So you will sow those words, they will manifest, but you will reap them because they land in your own lot. So careful not to judge, beloved. Careful. You're casting spells and you don't even realize what you're doing. So study, right? Study. Yeah, and isn't it a lot of Christians that do that? Like, a lot of people that are in the church, they steal and they hurt people. They hurt a lot of people. They do. And that's not truth, Mark, because truth is not in one book, especially books that excludes information. So when you go to your Christian book and you find the Book of Wars, come back and let us know, because I can tell you where it is. Go find the Book of Wars. Go find the book, The Lord of Jubilees. Yeah, it's definitely missing books, Mark. It's not all there. It's not. And if you think that it's so truthful and the all-encompassing word of God, then no, but there's more books outside of the Apocryphy that is included in the Gnostic Gospels that's not in there. There's books in the Dead Sea Scrolls that are not in there. There are books in the Jewish Bible that are not in there. It's like they're not, it's not all comprehensive. So therefore it cannot be the all-inclusive word of the Most High God. But if you can concede to that there's things missing, then you might conclude that there's also other places that you could study to get a fuller understanding of that. And then that way, when you come and judge and speak to people, you're coming from a different place. It's like knowledgeable from a conversation and information sharing standpoint. Yeah, he did. King James had other intentions. And that's why we don't use the name Jesus Christ. We don't. It's a great novel. It is. It's a great novel. And here's the thing. Let's get into it. Since Mark is here, let's have a conversation, Mark. Thank you so much. We're just going to take a few minutes. We got time. Um, Nobody that authored the Christian Bible was alive when any of those events were taking place. Historically, they were not alive, right? So that book was written hundreds of years after any of those people were supposed to live. And they took compilations of different works and they put it together. None of those people ever met the person that they called Jesus Christ. First of all, that wasn't their name. And they don't tell you where the messenger was between the ages of 12 and 30 because they went to India to study with other Yoganandas and masters. So what they brought back was pieces of the Buddhist religion, yes, right, talking about peace and harmony and love, and they incorporated those teachings, right, into what we call the Christian theology. It is a mix of various different things and not just one thing. Um, what else is very significant about that person? It's foretold or really in history that that person wasn't even crucified, that they did not. I mean, and of course, Satan, Christ, light, dark energy. Why would the Most High God, the Alpha and Omega, make Satan if it wasn't a part of nature? I mean, it's a part of us. We all have light. We all have dark. We all have the ability to lean into the darker parts of self, which is what we talk about on Tarot and how to heal yourself. And then we also have the ability to save ourselves by going inside and balancing ourselves out, right? To contend with the darkness and move towards our light, to elevate, to ascend, to come into a Christ consciousness, to understand that collectively we are whole, we are complete, there's nothing broken and there's missing. In this great system, there's definitely low vibration and there's high vibration. It's all frequency, it's all energy. You know what I mean? So if people are digging into the darker parts of nature that is represented anywhere, like murder, theft, destruction, all of those things are natural phenomena. They are natural on Earth in Gaia. They are natural in the cosmos. They are natural in every species. It reflects that. Just same way that birth and life and renewal is also reflected. The whole system is balanced. It's people like Mark that have such a closed mindset. So he's been indoctrinated, he's been programmed to believe that that is the only belief system, that that is the only theology, and cornholed into a belief system that says he is right and everybody that believes like him is right and everybody else is wrong. I seriously challenge that belief system, right? Do you think that this person that they call the messenger did not go study with other masters? They did. And it's a lie that they tell in that theology that that person was what they call sinless, that they had not committed any sin. We're talking about an oracle and a seer right now. That is the base. That's why we said we got time today. The messenger was highly gifted, right? We talking about spiritual gifts are not a new phenomenon. Of course, before that messenger was born, there was people who were raising the dead. They were casting out spirits. They were doing some amazing things. And that messenger said, greater works will you do, according to their theology. So, yes, there were gifted people before them. They were gifted people in that time, and they're still gifted people now. And we're talking about right now a seer. We're talking about somebody that has unlocked the magic within. There's spiritual magic. Like, what can the vessel really do? And in this sage energy, being, you talking about dedicated, committed, going through the hermit, touching base with your spiritual team, have a very intimate connection, right? With the Most High. If they want to go to anything, they can go back to the Adam walk. Like, the early people didn't have theology. They had a very intimate connection with the Most High God. They communed on a daily basis. It's like the Most High God was right there with them, reminding them that I'm here. I have not left you. I have not gone anywhere. So the whole mindset of how they twisted theology to tell you you have to wait to die into the hereafter to get some sort of benefit, it sounds just as radical as other religions, but they don't tend to see it that way. It's oxymoronic. You don't have to wait to die to go to heaven when the charge was for you to create heaven on earth. Like, it's like missing the assignment, like, seriously. Understanding your true power. Understanding that right, will never leave you nor forsake you. How can you believe that the Most High God will never leave nor forsake you if you feel like you gotta wait for it to come back? Where did it go? It just said it wasn't going anywhere. And it also says that it's not a man that it shall lie. So therefore, it cannot be the messenger. Because it's not a man. It's not a person. Oh, we got time today, though, Mark. Come back and watch the replay. I know you got blocked and shit, but sit around and watch. Don't take everything so literal. Sometimes it's like they explain complex shit in a way that we could just understand it. And the Most High God spoke to every group of people on the planet, not just one group. It's not held and cornholed and owned by certain people that believe a certain way. You can believe what you want to believe, but that's just not what it is, I say. We're talking about a sage, not a sage, an oracle and a seer. Somebody that's spiritually gifted. And like we were saying, that's that on that, right? We were saying, but here's the last thing that I do have. The messenger was an example of people who have spiritual gifts. So you think when the messenger, if they say something, an example in that book says they walked up to a fig tree and they cursed it and it withered and died. Can you imagine what the hell would happen if a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old, a 5-year-old said some shit? Gnostics say, where is it? It's another one. I see it. Give me 2 seconds, y'all. We ain't playing no games with this right here. We not playing no games. Okay. See this? The first and second gospels of the infancy, right? What were they saying? What was they talking about? Do y'all know this book talks about how this young man messed around and killed 2 people? Killed. Dead. If that is murder not a sin, but they did say that, you know, the murderer and the thief that was supposedly crucified next to them, which, by the way, was a very common way for people to be executed during that time. It was not uncommon. So when people be like, oh, he found this, yeah, because they crucified a lot of people. That's just how they was doing it. They didn't just behead and hang people. They crucified them, and they did it a lot. Like, that was common. So, yeah, this person, they killed some folks. They didn't do it on purpose. But it's like, can you imagine you being a spiritually gifted phenomenon where your word instantly manifests? What? And you tell somebody, just drop dead, because you don't know what the fuck you're saying, and they just drop the fuck dead? The town was so over this little messenger, they was telling Mary and Joseph, y'all got to do something with them. They was wreaking havoc. Why you think they don't tell you anything from 0, they was born, and then they was 12 going into the synagogue kicking over tables and shit? What? They was a phenomenon prodigy with spiritual gifts that was so like what? It was ridiculous. And then after the town said, hey, Mary and Joseph, y'all gotta do something with them. They need to go to the masters and be trained on how to hone these gifts, because they wreaking havoc. They don't understand what they're saying and how it instantly manifests. They curse somebody, they say something, we got kids dropping dead, folks and shit is happening. Y'all gotta go get this kid some training. What did they do? They sent them to India so that they can go study. They can hone their gifts. They could learn how to control some shit. And then what? They went from like 12 and they didn't come back until they was damn near 30. It took them 15, 17, some odd years to get that shit together. And they were so gifted in having esoteric knowledge, channeling straight from the Most High God, receiving all these downloads and information that they became a master. No, they didn't look like this. This is not their picture. They don't look like this. The book says that they don't look like this, right? So we know it's fuckery. Because when you go even to India, a lot of them people don't look like this. They're closer to this. I'm just saying. Take it how it resonates. How you feel about it, your business. I'm just giving you the facts. Okay? This person, spiritually gifted, once all that shit went down, where did they go? Back to India, beloved. They were not... Study for yourself and show yourself to be approved. We ain't gonna tell you what to believe. You can believe what you want to. We don't collect books for nothing. We want to know. You know, if my salvation, the rest of my eternal life is at stake, I'm not just gonna believe some shit that I was indoctrinated to believe before I was born. That's another of those things that we were talking about, like how they make children, 5-year-olds, take the Pledge of Allegiance, and they don't know what the hell they're pledging. People go up and they give their life and their soul over to something, to a theology or a system that they don't have any knowledge of. You haven't even studied it, but you're up there professing and proclaiming to give your life over to it. Is something wrong with that? You might want to study and study across the globe and find what resonates with you in your soul before you commit your soul to something. You don't know what you're selling your soul to or what you're committing it to. A lot of these things have been distorted. The individual that a lot of people are praying to is not who they think they're praying to. Just not. Sorry to tell you. No, I'm not. I hope it's good for you. Oracle and the Seer. 2 different gifts. Now, this shit was crazy. Because when we shuffled and that upload is up there, we have King of Cups, 1 deck. King of Cups. King of Cups. When I tell you this King of Cups showed itself up, here it is. Y'all can see this one right here we're getting. King of Cups. 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the 2 cups gave me the fact that, I don't know if it's for people, but it's not. It's given like you. I don't know if there's other spiritual entities that are helping you. I do feel that. But it's giving Seer and Oracle. 2 cups is giving 2 spiritual gifts, and it's giving thumbs up, like they work well for you. They complement one another. Like a seer and a person that has clairvoyance and an oracle that gives all this information, like they complement. They work well together. I do feel like somebody's in the 3 of Swords. 3 of Swords to the Justice card is here. It's given like it's been a lot of heartache. It's been a lot of grief, right? But things are balancing out. There's tears associated with this balancing. Somebody is being called to face the truth with the Ace of Swords. Kind of like what we were just talking about, heavy truth. You know, and a lot of it you have to really study to get the full picture. And a lot of people don't. As a matter of fact, their belief system or their theology tells them don't question and don't study anywhere else outside this one book. They can acknowledge that there's things missing, but their theology doesn't give them permission to go seek it, to find it. It tells them to seek diligently, but it's not diligent to look in one spot. If my keys are not right here, I shouldn't keep looking right here for my keys. I can see clearly that they're not there. Is that what you consider the principle of diligence? Now, let one of your children do that. Go right there on the table and get my coffee. Your coffee not right there, but it's sitting on the table next to it. You don't see it right there. Well, you didn't tell me I could look right there. You said keep looking right there. You get upset. You'll be like, but it's right there. Get the damn cup and bring it here. So why would you listen to anybody tell you that you have to keep looking in one spot or that's diligence? And it's not. You would chew your kid out for doing something that just make that because they didn't do something that makes sense. Obviously, it's not right there. It's right there. Get it and bring it here. It's like that shit. You know what I mean? Like taking shit way too literal is what it's giving. Yeah, it's like standing in the corner in the dark or just staring at a wall. And it's a lot of people that seek, you know, spiritual fulfillment in other places, in other ways, because the theology just, it doesn't do it. It's fear-based. It's fear-based. Anything that teaches you to be compliant out of fear is manipulative. It's manipulative. The Most High God, fear for what? What are we fearing? Where are we going? If fear is the illusion, if fear is us not of the Most High God that made everything, by the way. I am the author of all things. I created all things, good and evil, but it didn't make Satan and it didn't make fear, it didn't make anger, it didn't make frustration. It says that it gets wrathful and it will fucking decimate some shit. Find me how many people in the Bible did the devil kill. Mark came in here and said that the devil, Satan, is the kill. It destroys, kills, and steals. Find me the example in there that it did that without the permission of the Most High God. It attacked Job with the permission of the Most High. How many people did it kill? How many people did it rob? I think the most violent entity in the Bible was the Most High itself, telling people to go wage war and steal their shit, to take their fucking land. Go over there in the land that I will show you. Fucking making slaves out of people, raping or graping women, children, killing them, stealing all of their possessions. Something that we should think about. See, Mark don't want to stay around for that whole conversation. They don't. They don't be want to hear that shit. Miracles happen all the time. Open up your mind, Mark, to the miracles. And you will start experiencing miraculous coincidences in your life. Somebody has some spiritual gifts and is given to stand your ground when you use them. Because people will tell you that you are wrong, that you're not supposed to do that it doesn't line up with their belief systems. But who give a fuck? Expansion and multiplicity can be scary. I get that, especially in light of conditioning. It takes courage to liberate yourself. It do. It take a lot of courage to step out. But isn't that faith? I would be acting out of fear to stay cornholed into a belief system that shuts me down, tells me not to think, don't look nowhere else, have blind allegiance to something where all the information isn't given. I know that it's been changed over time. It's manipulation. Why would I sit in fear when everything about it tells me to step out on faith? I have more faith believing that shit is a manipulative lie, a bag of mixed truth and shit just to keep people in a certain position. A system of control, another form, a layer of control from the Matrix, Oracle, right? Why would it be controlling you? To keep you doing exactly what they want you to do. Just saying. If you open your mind up, you will experience miracles all the time. You will experience coincidences, things that seem like, oh, wow, isn't that coinky-dink how things just came together? Yeah. How there's organization, like chaos can be organized in a certain fashion in order to bring about certain outcomes. You have this gift and they are converging, and it's given for somebody. It is miraculous. Somebody is a very deep, intuitive, highly psychic, highly gifted individual. Seven of Cups, four King of Cups. Seven of Cups is actually out here twice with the Eight of Cups. Look, I think it's three Swords cards, which is the Justice, confirmation, Justice, Three of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. So balancing out the truth of things does hurt. It does feel like some sort of grief. It's like, but the grief opens you up to compassion and greater understanding, is what I'm feeling. Heartache, right? You could feel for creation very deeply. You could hurt for creation. King of Cups is somebody that's deeply emotional. They know how to balance these two gifts, but it's something about it that's deeply emotional. Emotional maturity, compassion, calmness. You could have another person in your energy too, because one of these King of Cups don't feel so very good. It feels different from the other energy. Chariot to the King of Cups. Chariot moves forward using the dark and the light. Look, moving away from chaos and conflict with the Six of Swords, right? So somebody could be moving towards a new beginning. Look, and look, Eight of Pentacles. This could be working and honing your gifts, King of Cups. So it's two water signs that's here. This could be two psychics, and somebody's using their balanced energy, knowingness of the dark and the light, to move themselves forward, integrated, right? This is moving their boat forward, right? It's giving that towards a new beginning, taking a risk. Again, where is the fear, beloved? This is faith. To trust, to know that you are good, you are protected, you are safe, you are secure as you make this leap. Eight of Pentacles is somebody staying committed in honing their gift, right? Definitely. And the Seven of Cups is giving me spiritual gifts, and it's giving gifts of plenty. Like so many things that the Spirit is giving you. And when you are able to hone and master it, to integrate all of these things, not only will you move your chariot forward, but it's giving whatever you're bringing to Gaia, to the plane, is going to be very significant. It's giving people can witness miracles. I'm getting miracle of your gift. It's something about it that's just like boom. It's giving explosive. I'm feeling towered. And somebody is called to go on this journey. The Justice gives like something that is righteous, is good, is balanced, is fair. Like you are called to go here. The Justice says you must travel forward, you must go. And Seven of Cups is going to where the Spirit is showing you, is leading you, is giving you these visions. Your clairvoyance is coming through. And you know in your gut that it's true. It's aligned with the truth. That there's, for some reason I'm getting, it's like it's no lie in you. You could be a person that just like is a true teller, a true seeker, like how we are. We do our best to give truth, and if we are not sure, we will look it up. If we say something that's wrong, we will repent. We will give the right information because we are always seeking. We are diligent. That's what we were just talking about. And this Hangman here does say an enlightened individual. People always interpret the Hangman like it's just a delay, but we were studying in the Holistic Tarot book, and it was telling us like the Hangman could really be somebody waiting for other people to see the things that you see. Yeah, Four of Pentacles, like holding on. That's a controlling. Four of Wands. I don't know if you're trying to hold down the fort. Four coins to the Four of Wands, like holding control in some sort of arena, or battling against people who try to hold control in some sort of arena. Like the Four of Wands could be a church, it could be a building or a synagogue or something like that. But it's given like you don't have time to sacrifice self, the gift, the journey, the purpose, waiting for other people to come around and get it. You just don't. Right, you get it. You're the enlightened individual. And if you are the enlightened individual, then you know how to get yourself down and move forward. Right? Like you don't wait. And the Three of Swords, like I said, I'm getting a feeling for creation, for people itself, and wanting them to get it. Maybe you're... I'm hearing a grief of being held up. So if y'all can rock with these ingredients, thank y'all so much for singing around. I know it kind of went off in a different direction as we had to talk with Mark, and he did add to the conversation, which was great. So thank you, Mark, for doing that. We appreciate your view. We appreciate you stimulating a conversation and bringing energy to the channel, being active. But I did get the energy that somebody is being stalked. They gave me 3 of Cups. Being stalked is here. We see gang stalkings. They are talking shit about you. And one of these people that's stalking you could be a fake spiritualist. They could say, I don't think that they're saying that you're a fake spiritualist. I believe that they are. So I don't know. Yeah, somebody could be watching you, getting information from you, and trying to use it. And we kind of talked about scammy ass people before, so be careful. This your girl La T here. It's Here's the We Tarot Show. You show enough, never know what you're gonna get. We pull cards and we show y'all. The whole setup to this was recorded and it's on the video page. So you can see how it came out. We ain't had nor gatekeeping that shit. We just not. Queen of Cups. Psychic. Somebody is fucking psychic. I can't pull another king because the shit, we have pulled it. But it could be a match with somebody. I'm not for sure. Emotionally stable, intuitive, being in the flow. Definitely in the flow state. It's definitely giving flow state. This is all somebody's spiritual gift. This is all spiritual awareness. And look, Queen of Wands. Confident. Social butterfly, determined, determination with the Chariot, taking inspired action, an adventurer, not afraid to go where other people are unwilling to go. Like you would say that shit, you would go there, right? It's what it's given. Look, all the way to the end. Like this is what it's given. Like you are unafraid to go and you will keep doing it. And on this road, it is giving death and transformation. It's something about rebirth, renewal. I do see closure, completion, and releasing. One of these people could be trying to stop something for you. I'm hearing like in your career or in something that you do. So these people are stalking you. Is at least 3 people, or just I saw 3 of Cups, which could represent a gang of people. It was giving gang stalking, talking shit, and one of those people is a fake spiritualist. Yeah, look, a lot of shit flying around, and it's given to close something. Like either the energy is to try to stop you, or the shit that they're doing is gonna just accelerate you. Whatever they're doing to end something for you is only gonna work for you. It's gonna accelerate you and move you through another doorway, another portal, another cycle. Yeah, look, it's people connected with the Lovers. 10 of Wands try to make something hard, and they definitely are working in the dark behind the scenes, casting illusions with some sort of hidden truth. And I feel like people are focused on you. Like they're looking at something. The page could be a phone, it could be a computer, they could be watching you on TV. They're watching you some sort of way. And these are the people that you need to stand your ground with, right? And it's like defending your spiritual gifts with the Ace of Cups. You will have to defend your gifts. See, somebody is an enlightened one. With the sun, is given like enlightened. So don't sit in this hangman waiting on other people to see it or for them to fucking get it. 4 of Wands. I don't care if these people are in your household, in your family, whether it's a church, whether it's a clergy. It's definitely given that. Because a lot of these fucking pastors and shit, you don't know whether they truly gifted, whether they truly speaking to the Most High God. You don't know exactly how they get their messages, how they come up with their sermons. You don't know none of that shit. You just, look, I don't know who is. 1 second, try. Hello? Mm-hmm. Yeah. 15 or 50. 15, 1 5. Okay, thank you so much. We might have to wrap this up and continue it later. We definitely got a technician coming over to take a look at the dishwasher. So we're gonna have to be available for them. Yeah. Let they ass watch. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I was really getting a thing on again like that fake spiritualist type of energy where some people feel like because they in the church or the clergy or something like that or like whoever they're following has a gift, but you don't know whether that person that you're following is truly gifted or not. It's a lot of people that are harmed and hurt by fake pastors or people who get into those positions that are not truly tapped in to the Most High God, that are not living on those principles, and they exhibit one thing in the front and they present it to their audience, for gain, for money, for profit, and it's like they hurt people at the same time. People are assaulted, children being assaulted, getting advice to stay in relationships that are just not good for them, that are violent, people meeting a very harsh ending or suffering because they're being told to stay and suffer. They're being given advice from devils with that's in the pulpit is given, even for some reason I'm getting that little white thing that priests wear is giving that. And I'm seeing like some of these people where it's so comical where it's like a running joke. They setting up on saying and ha and ha and ha. All of that is just like theatrical. Like they make a mockery out of it. Those people are not true. It's so many people that sit in spaces like this that have a more profound connection to the Most High God that created all things and will give you more balanced advice to how to dig and look at your own dark side. What's plaguing you? What are your fears, your frustrations, your anger? What happened? What is the trauma? And helping you heal that so that you can lift your spirit up and ascend. Right? Like people, and that's why people are looking for more spiritual edification. The spirit itself feels malnourished. That's what had us searching. Like, how did we get here? We've been in the church since before we could stand on our own. Like in my mama's stomach, my grandparents had a church. You know what I mean? Like it's still standing, it's still there. But I never felt fulfilled. If anything, I had more questions. And every time I asked questions, I would get in trouble because they couldn't answer the shit that I'm asking. How the fuck did all them animals get on Noah's boat? And how did they not eat each other? The Most High God sustained all of them for 40 days of fasting and nothing died? How could it rain, fresh water rain for 40 days and 40 nights, and we still have sharks? Wouldn't that sea life be affected with all that fresh water? You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of shit that never made sense. I'm just saying. Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Earth. Let's think about this shit. Where are you putting your energy at? Let it be somewhere that is complimentary, that's protective, and that brings you security. If you have questions about whether you are safe in an environment, you should move away from it. And you should not sit in the clergy or anywhere else telling you to go through a period of suffering and pain and just sit through it and make do. People are getting harmed all the time by fake spiritualists, fake pastors, fake priests who don't truly have any connection to the Most High God. They're not living on principle. They only just get up there and perform to take your money for profit. They are scheming on people's fear to, make them just do whatever they think they should do. Like, stay in it and suffer, which I never understood that. Yeah, that's truth. Ace of Swords, truth. So whoever you are bringing in some sort of mental clarity. There's power in the truth that you will speak and have the courage to communicate it, to say it. And it's given a spirit of intelligence is working with you. Like being tapped into it. You can tap into all these multiple spirits of the Most High God. That's what it's giving me with the Seven of Cups. Because it says that the Most High God is multi-spirit. It's not just this and it's not just that. It is in everything. And if you could witness and you could look at everything, you can get the truth from it. You can learn. That's diligence. That's diligence. When we can look at our past situations, when you can look at self, when you can break down your own decision making. How did you get here, here, here? You can look at all of it, the train link of years past, beloved, and discern whether I made this choice because out of trauma. You know, this trauma came from my childhood. It is something that was modeled to me or done to me or taught to me, or I learned it because things were held back from me. I learned insecurity because they said proclaim security. I learned insecurity because I wasn't affirmed when I was a child. I was not able to make mistakes without a high level of reprimanding, right? You know what I'm saying? Like that's another thing they teach in that theology is like the punishment doesn't always fit the crime, right? I shouldn't be smoten to dust because, you know, I ate or I fucking picked an apple on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's some of these theologies that's like, you folded a shirt on the Sabbath, therefore you're damned to hell. Like, does that really fit the crime? Come on. They have you putting your women away for 7 days and because she got a period. Like a period is natural and childbirth was supposed to hurt. It does. Anytime you birth a whole motherfucking human through that little space, it's gonna hurt. What up? That's not a human phenomenon because somebody fucking sinned. Go look at the cows or any damn thing else that's birthing and you tell me do they look like they having a good goddamn time? No, that shit is natural. It's gonna hurt. You didn't come from no motherfucking rib. Women, you didn't. That's another damn lie. So what else is lies? If you start seeing lies on fucking page 1 of the goddamn book, what the fuck you think is in the rest of this shit? Take it with a grain of salt. Do some studying. Use your intuition and your God-given gifts. See, people who can see in oracles, why do you think they don't want you to use your gifts? Why do they tell you you're going to burn in hell if you do? Why do they have a witch hunt and kill anybody that exhibited spiritual gifts? Because they're afraid of you and what it is that you could do. Exactly. They came out of us. The female genome is older than male genome. It just is. The X chromosome came before the Y. The Y is a degenerative version of the X chromosome. It is not genome. Well, you know what I'm trying to say. It is not first. It's just not. Your maternal RNA, that synthesizes DNA, it's alpha. It is maternal. It is womb energy. It is not masculine. They just don't get it. It is the fuckery. It is the distortion. It is the... I just keep seeing distortion. And it is. That's the lie. That is the lie. When they talk about like the greatest trick by the adversary is to make them think that it doesn't exist, maybe the greatest trick is to trick you into worshiping it. under some sort of false doctrine that goes against every law of nature, beloved. There's nothing in nature that supports that. Like nothing at all. It makes you go against your whole self, your spiritual gifts, your awareness, your connection to everything around you. You are connected to Gaia. You're connected to every individual in creation, period. It teaches you that other beings don't exist. What? Like Gaia is the only thing that it created? Like, oh, so lights came on out of the darkness and it just created Earth and that's it? When you can clearly see its other shit like the sun and the moon on a daily basis? Like, come on, it's other planets, it's other galaxies. The rules of engagement is different in those places. But it's certain things that you can quantify and observe where you are. And if you don't have the freedom to explore, to grow, to mature into your fullness, you got something that's holding you, controlling you, stifling you, diminishing you, trying to make you small, that's because they're afraid of what you can do. Why were they afraid of the oracle? Because she was giving out information, awakening people to their true nature, showing them that, yeah, you are powerful. Do you believe it? It's all up to you whether you believe or not. It's mental. Why is repentance the changing of your mindset? Changing of your belief system. Everything is mental. If they can get to your mind and make you believe one certain thing, which is why they start in childhood, indoctrinating you, getting you to create an illusion or an illusionary allegiance to something that you don't even understand what it is. And then you just operate in blind faith and allegiance to it without studying anything else. Knowledge and intelligence is the most powerful thing that you could have, period. Which is why they would keep you from getting it. It's always been that thing. If I can control the information, I control the story, I control the narrative. That's why history is to the victor. You don't hear the history of those that's been conquered. We just talked about how African American contributions in the Netherlands in World War II were just removed from their museum. You like the commemorative plaque and all that shit to tell you what they did. It's just been taken down. We just talked about this. This is recently. It made the news as for Veterans Day. Why do they take the information away? Because they don't want you to know. It's the reason why we have such problems in the U.S., in the United States, North America, is because you don't know. You don't know what people went through. You don't know the truth. So people who should be held accountable for their deeds, like genocide, biological warfare, like going into another person's land and doing all these atrocities to their women and their children, killing people off and stealing all of their resources and then flipping it and turning it into a damn holiday called Thanksgiving. Thank you for giving me your shit. No, you came over here and ravaged and you stole it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a difference. So if we don't understand that the shit that they put in front of us is only so it to perpetuate more control and more power on their end, then you miss the assignment. You got to look. You got to study. It's a reason why they don't want you to know how powerful you are. See? 3 of Wands. Have some patience. Look. Grow. Be open to the possibilities. Open to discovery. Understand their mode of action. We are in a war still, seriously. And a lot of it is televised, but a lot of it is not. A lot of it is just a battle for your mind and the control of it. We talk about controlling the mindset all the time, but we don't see it when how long we've been under attack for it. Yeah. You talking about blocking your way so that you can't see where you're fucking going? I feel like we dropped the card. Talking about making shit hard for you. When you shut down your gifts, things become hard. When you tap into it, you lighten the load. It becomes easier for you to bear. We see the Magician and the Empress coming through. Right? So yeah, you're supposed to be able to master all of your tools so that you can birth your manifestation. You are a creator. And for somebody, you may have like original fucking DNA, or you may be activating your DNA strands and really becoming like this person who can birth anything. A master generator, a master manifester, being able to birth abundance, like you are fertile. Like everything that you can create is just endless possibilities. And there's people watching you do it. And you going on this journey is damn sure significant. And whatever you're learning on your journey, Seven of Wands, Eight of Cups to the Seven of Wands, you're going to have to protect it. You're going to have to defend it from naysayers, from disbelievers, from people who are indoctrinated and want to come against you and tell you what you should believe and what you shouldn't believe. As a seer, as a clairvoyant, as an oracle, you know you get spiritual information. You do. And there's a lot of people that will tell you you shouldn't do it. It's not good for you. You're going to get some sort of circumstance or punishment for being the phenomenon that you are, beloved. But the person that they talk about, one, never left an autobiography. They never wrote a word, not a journal, not nothing. There's never been any artifact that said the messenger wrote that. It's all third-party people. And many of those people, their words or whatever they found or however this shit came together happened hundreds of years after all this shit happened. People can't tell you what the fuck they did yesterday or somebody else did, because I didn't write a journal in my diary or take a note on I gotta go for what I did yesterday. You think the person standing next to me is going to remember and record it correctly what the fuck I did yesterday on 11/11/2025, which was yesterday? Do you think somebody standing next to me, watching me, can tell you about what I did on that day 2 months later? A week later? How about Friday? Today, Wednesday. They not going to be able to tell you that shit with no fucking accuracy. So why do they believe that all those second-hand, third-hand translated stories is the absolute truth word of the Most High God? I can't tell you. If it's not manipulation and brainwashing and indoctrination, I don't know what the fuck it is. But I can tell you this, the miracles that I see on a daily basis, I believe that shit. To the next now. I love y'all so much. I gotta go. I'm coming. Thank you so much for being patient. I'll show y'all. Mwah.